So Kyrie, look, I'm not even mad at what he did. This is what you do in negotiations, right? You try
Stephen A.
to
is mad.
Steve, like you.
That's stuff we need to talk about too, but afterwards.
Okay, we
Afterwards.
talk about that. I mean, I haven't watched anything that Stephen A. says. I don't watch Stephen A. at all. Like he's a
Yeah.
complete clown show at this point, right? You guys
Yes.
love Stephen A. That's whatever. Like he entertains you, but he's a complete clown show to me. I don't respect anything he says, sports wise anymore. Not even for basketball, but yeah, like I mean, he's trying to get a fully maxed deal. He wants to get the full 5 years or whatever.
Mhm.
And the Nets were like, well, no. And what I heard today, what I read from Sham's article in the Athletic was that they were actually close a couple times on a couple of different deals. So both sides want to get a deal done. And I think that's still the case. But Kyrie said, hey, this is the time to negotiate. So maybe I'll say, hey, I'm willing to go to the Lakers, and if I go, KD's gonna want to go too, right? I don't think KD was actually going to leave if Kyrie left, but that's his friend. And if Kyrie says, "Hey man, just go along with it," just don't say nothing. He's gonna say, "Okay, fine." I'm not gonna respond to it. I'm not gonna say anything about it, but I'll let you run your game and see if it works. Right? That makes
Yeah.
sense. The Nets were like, actually, you can both go.
Yeah. And I know that there were a lot of people out there saying, "Oh man, look how the Nets look terrible. They're going to lose both of them." And my thing was always, those two got swept in the first round of the playoffs. So what does it matter? You both got swept in the first round of the playoffs, and you have one star who doesn't care about playing basketball, and another star who apparently can't function without his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, move on.
Yeah. Okay. So, in reality, that's not what was actually going down, right? I don't think KD ever was thinking about leaving. He signed the extension last year,
Mhm.
right? He has every intention of, I think, finishing out his career in Brooklyn. I just think Kyrie wants to finish out his career in Brooklyn as well. He wants to be locked into the same long-term deal, but they're not. Look, you just haven't been available. And Brooklyn wants him there, but I think they want him to understand, like, you're gonna have to show up moving forward, right?
Oh, you see? See, you're
Yeah.
calling Stephen A. clown, but that's what he said. He went on there and he was like, oh yeah, I guess Kyrie's a peon like the rest of us because he has to show up to work and do his job if he wants to get his money."
No, 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 no. Like, I'm not saying the same thing. I'm just saying, like, yeah, I mean, yes, like any job's gonna want that from you,
Yeah.
right? They won't, and it's not the antics. Like I told you yesterday, B. It's not all those antics that he's been doing, right? It's not the, I don't want to get vaxxed, or I'm protesting because of January
I got
6th or
a
whatever.
Zoom meeting this week.
Yeah, it's not it's none of that is the reason why they're not willing to extend him for 5 years. It's that you got swept,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
That
it's that you weren't there 2 years in a row in the playoffs,
that's the thing. Like
essentially.
you're not coming through, and that's for both of them. That's why they're saying, if you obviously nobody wants to lose KD. He's an amazing player, but if it comes to that, y'all aren't holding up your end of the deal, right? We ain't come here to just look good in a regular season. We're trying to win a championship, and a team like that cannot get swept in the first round. I understand Boston's a good team,
And
but
especially after you were out there talking about, yeah, we want Boston.
yeah, they play terrible,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, you don't have any leverage. KD doesn't have any leverage either, right? Because he just signed a 4-year extension. They control his contract. He can, superstars have some control in the NBA. Look, it's a players' league. They have a lot of control. They have a lot of influence. But KD's situation is, he's 34 years old. He's on a 4-year deal. If they say, "Hey man, we just don't want to trade you," he's not going to hold out.
Right.
Okay, like he's just not going to do that.
Well, and like we discussed, especially when your former sidekicks just got ring number 4 and everybody is telling you that you were the sidekick.
Yeah. So, I don't think that was on KD's mind at all, leaving, really. I think even for Kyrie now, I still think, earlier, they're saying, oh, he could still be moved or whatever. But honestly, I think they do want to keep him, and I think he wants to stay. It's just a matter of how many years is he willing to accept. And I think they will get a deal done. They're going to be here. But It's just they had to be more locked in onto the season. Starting with Kyrie, because okay, KD can have that bad series, and we can say, man, you played terrible, but KD will come back and correct those things. Kyrie, who's already been on record saying, hey, basketball is not the most important thing in his life right now, this and that. Is he going to take it serious next year? Right? That's the question we have to ask. And that's the question they're asking. If he shows that, I mean, he's an amazing talent. Of course, they're going to want to keep him. So the Nets are going to be fine. I think they're going to be fine. And even if they had to blow it all up, I believe in that front office. I think what they would have to get in return for those guys would be a good pull. And they know how to draft and they know how to develop. So I'm not worried about the Nets' future. But KD and Kyrie, I don't think they're going anywhere.
What's going on, Eric L?
Shout out to Eric L. Says, greetings, everyone. Know all is most excellent. Glad to support another marvelous show by two of the best brothers around. Shout out to you, Eric. Man, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
But real quick with the Nets, there is talk that they are going to be going after DeAndre Ayton and trying to trade for him. So in that scenario, I mean, obviously they have to move somebody. Right.
Simmons?
No. No.
Oh.
Okay. The talk had been from what I see, the rumor was Nick Claxton, Beef Jerky Joe, maybe Cam Thomas, I think maybe one other player in there. So if that happens, I'm not sure if that can still happen with Kyrie opted in. I'm not sure exactly. Well, I mean, it should, as long as those salaries match up. But if that happens, they are coming back again extremely dangerous. And if they're all locked in, then they should be able to plow through the Eastern Conference and get to the finals.
So you like that move? I mean, I like it, but
yeah. I like Nick Claxton, right? I do. I'm a fan of Nick Claxton. He's from, his family's from St. Croix, where half our family is from. So I like him. But DeAndre Ayton's a much better player than him. Much better.
Yeah. But Nick Claxton, he's still growing, he's still developing. So
was DeAndre.
Listen, this is why I have faith in Brooklyn, right? Because we developed so many players over the years, and every time they trade them off, like I hate to see them go. Like I hated when we traded away Jared Allen.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't like that we traded away Karis LeVert. Like we get players, we develop them. I'm just like, but man, let's keep them. Right. Cam Thomas looks like he's he's going to develop into a good solid player. Like those players, I don't like to see them leave, but I gotta trust that they're going to replace those guys.
Yeah, if you're talking about a lot of role players. Patty Mills just opted out. Bruce Brown is a free agent. He's probably not coming back. They're probably going to lose
Bruce Brown too, man.
Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge, all these. It's a lot of names, right? And a lot of guys that you like that played their role well. But if you turn around and your lineup is Kyrie Irving, or Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Ayton, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who any of those other guys are.
Nitro says, why? Those New York taxes are nasty. Dallas or Miami, here I come. Kyrie won. The Knicks was one of the teams that was on his list. He's from New York. That's why.
Yeah.
Like, when they're making that kind of money, they're not worried. Look, these players don't care about taxes. Right? They don't look at money the same way we look at money. You gotta think about this. These guys have been playing basketball from the time they were kids. There's always somebody managing that other stuff for them. So the way they look at money isn't the same way as we look at money as adults. Okay, like some of these guys, they come from poor neighborhoods, but they didn't have to live in those poor neighborhoods as adults. They didn't have to pay bills, take care of rent, buy groceries and all that stuff. They don't look at the money the same way. They just know that they have it. So if they got to get taxed a little bit more someplace, whatever, I'm still rich.